Yes, welcome to Vision Plus and welcome back to this Uniform Mathematics. We are going to begin subtraction of complex numbers, and our example 1 says that z1 is 8 plus 2i, z2 is negative 3 minus I. Find part A. Part A is saying find z1 minus z2, and this would be you just substitute for z1 and then you subtract away from it z2. So what is z1? It is 8 plus 2i minus, if you are subtracting away two or more terms, and by that I mean, if you look at z2, it has two terms. This first term is the term of the real part, and the other term is the term of the imaginary part. So the moment you are subtracting away more than one term, you put a bracket. So we shall say minus, open a bracket, then you put that term as a whole 3 minus I. That's how you subtract away a group of terms. So here now, shall have 8 plus 2i. I have not yet made any change. Now I'm going to open the bracket. This negative sign is going to affect the signs of the terms in the bracket. Negative times negative is positive, so that will give us here plus 3. The same, this negative and this negative, if we multiply them as we open the bracket, it will give us positive, so this one becomes plus I. So the only trick here is that if you are subtracting away a group of terms, more than one term, you first put them in the bracket. Why? The negative sign of the subtraction is going to alter the signs that they were previously carrying. After this step, then we are going to collect the like terms, which is the real parts together, that is 8 plus 3, and the imaginary parts together. What is the sign before 2? It is plus. So plus 2i. What is the sign plus? What is the sign before I? This side, it is plus. So here plus I. This gives us here 11 plus 3i. This is the subtraction. And going to the second part, Roman 2, that is z2 minus z1. z2 minus z1. So we are going to substitute for what is z2. z2 is negative 3 minus I, but we are subtracting away z1. So if you are subtracting away z1, which is comprised of more than one term, in this case there are two terms. The first term is the term of the real part, and the second term is the term of the imaginary part. So you put minus, but then you put those terms in the bracket. So here we shall have 8 plus 2i. After that, we need to simplify such that the brackets are not there, and we see how we use the negative sign outside. So let me keep this part the same, minus 3 minus I. Negative, this 8 here was positive. Positive times negative is negative, so here minus 8. Also this 2 is positive. Positive times a negative, it gives us minus, it gives us a negative 2i. After that, then you can go on and collect your like terms the normal way. And with this, we shall do it in this manner. Negative 3 minus 8, those are the real parts of the real numbers. This I is carrying a negative sign, so we shall say minus I. 2i is carrying a negative sign, so here it will be minus 2i. If we subtract negative 3 minus 8, it is negative 11. Negative I minus 2 is negative 3i. So what have you noticed? Z1 minus Z2 is not the same as Z2 minus Z1. Let me just put it here as an NB. Z2 Z2, okay, the first one is Z1 minus Z2 is not the same as Z2 minus Z1. As you can see, Z1 minus Z2, here we have positive 11 and positive 3i. But after changing it to Z2 minus Z1, we have here negative 11 and negative 3i. What can you conclude from there? You can actually see that Z1, you can actually see that Z1 minus Z2 is the same as the negative of Z2 minus Z1. That's what you can see from there. It is just a matter if we put a negative sign before these numbers in the brackets and put a negative sign, it will make it to become positive. So the difference between Z1 minus Z2 and Z2 minus Z1 is just the sign. They are opposite. They are opposite. One is a reverse of the other. I have not said inverse. I have said reverse of the other.